Once upon a time, deep inside a dark and scary forest lived a wicked witch. She was really ugly, and one day she realized that she was getting really, really old. So she decided to find a young boy to eat so she could become young again. But the witch wasn't smart enough to come up with a plan to find this young boy. And luckily, our story begins with two poor children who were trying to find some food. They were always led back to the center of the house. The witch entered the room, and she looked down at them. And now we're too scared to leave, because everything has turned into candy. HMM, said the witch. I think I can help you. But first, I'm going to give you a big bath. You must be very dirty after crawling around on the floor. He saw a beautiful girl laying next to him in a wooden box. Hello, he whispered. Who are you? I think we can push her off the bed, said Gretel. Then we can escape through the window. Hansel and Gretel pushed the witch off the bed. She hit her head on the floor and immediately turned into a skeleton. The mother gave them some food and some warm clothes, and then she tucked them in bed. Stop it, you two, she said. You should be ashamed of yourselves. A real brother and sister wouldn't fight. Instead, you should be happy you're alive. These videos are made for children between 4 and 8 years old. Hansel and Gretel felt very ashamed. They hugged each other tightly and apologized for fighting. As soon as they were asleep, Hansel and Gretel had a big fight. You were so scared we were going to die, said Hansel. Yes, said Gretel, but you said we should kill the witch. No, I didn't, said Hansel. You were the one who wanted to eat the witch. I did not, said Gretel. You did. Did not. Did to. Did not. Did to. The children were so scared to see the witch turn into a skeleton that they ran as fast as they could to the window. They climbed out and escaped from the candy house. My name is Gretel, she whispered back. And you are? Hansel, he said. Are you awake? Yes, I am, said Gretel. And I'm so hungry. I wonder if we can eat that witch. Yes, said Hansel, but how? Hansel and Gretel went inside the witch's bathroom. They were very surprised to see a beautiful bathtub filled with milk and honey. Well, what do we have here? She said. A little mouse family. Now they weren't scared at all. They felt like heroes. I can't believe we killed that witch, said Hansel. Yes, said Gretel. And now we can go home. That would make a nice meal. You would look great in my soup. Their mother opened it and she cried out, Oh, my children, I thought I would never see you again. She hugged them tightly and brought them inside. The mother was very worried about what had happened in the forest. You shouldn't go there, she said. It's much too dangerous. Wait, said Gretel. I'm not a mouse. I'm a human girl. And this is my brother Hansel. The witch was shocked. She had never seen humans in her candy house before. How did you two get here? She asked. Hansel and Gretel were very hungry, but they couldn't find anything to eat. The witch had magically made sure all the candy looked like rocks. "Yes," said Hansel. "The most delicious swimming pool I've ever seen." Then she carried the box to her bed and laid it down next to her. She did the same thing with Gretel. She put her in another box and fell asleep right away. The witch was very tired after all the hard work she had done that day. And while they were enjoying themselves in the honey milk, the witch put a sleeping potion into their drinks. Before they knew it, both children fell fast asleep. And so they were so hungry, they almost died. But then Gretel had an idea. "Let's pretend to be a family of mice," she whispered to her brother. "I will squeak like a mouse, and you can be my baby. Maybe the witch will let us eat some cheese." Their names were Hansel and Gretel, and they were very hungry. They had nothing to eat. "Oh, brother," said Gretel, "I'm so hungry I could eat a horse." "And I," said Hansel, "I could eat too." Just then, Gretel saw something in the distance. "Look, Hansel," she cried, "a house made of candy. How wonderful it looks!" "Oh, my sweet Gretel," said Hansel, "if we can get to that house, we can fill our stomachs with sweets, and then we don't need to go back home anymore." But when the children came closer, they realized it was a small cottage. And there were gingerbread men standing guard at the door. "Don't get scared," whispered Hansel. "We are more than the gingerbread men." And so he pushed the door open. Inside the hut stood a tall oven. It looked like it was made out of pure gold. "Wow," whispered Hansel. "That's sure a nice oven." "Yes," said Gretel. "But why is it here?" "Maybe the owner of this hut is baking bread, and we can steal some." But before she could finish her sentence, the witch appeared. She was even uglier up close than from far away. She looked like she hadn't brushed her teeth for months. Her nose was long and crooked, and her eyes were yellow. "Who dares enter my house?" she screamed. "But we were just looking around," said Gretel. "We didn't mean any harm." "Looking around, huh?" said the witch. "You can look around all you want if you can find your way out of my candy house." And with that, she waved her magic wand. The room began to spin around. All the walls were covered with candy and sweets. There were chocolate rivers and lollipop flowers. And Hansel and Gretel got completely lost. For days, the children ran through the magical rooms, but they couldn't find the exit. Then they heard footsteps. Gretel squeaked like a mouse, and Hansel stayed still and quiet like a little baby. "We wanted to eat some candy," said Hansel. "This is so nice," said Gretel. "It's like a swimming pool." When the witch took them out of the bathtub, she put Hansel in a wooden box. She decorated the box with beautiful ribbons and boughs, but in the middle of the night, Hansel woke up. Just then, they heard the witch snoring loudly. Meanwhile, the sun was rising, and the magical candy house disappeared. Hansel and Gretel found themselves back in the forest, but they had changed as soon as they got home. They knocked on the door. "Yes, Mom," said Hansel. "We won't do it again." They kept arguing. But suddenly their mother appeared. From that day on, they were best friends. They never went to the forest again, and they never forgot the lesson. Never fight with your family. The end. Do you like this story? Please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Also check out these other stories.